Hello and welcome to Mr. Thompson's Math Tutorials. Today we're going to look at some linear equation problems. So let's start with this. So I can see that there's an MP3 download company and it's offering downloads of individual songs with the following price structure. So this right here. And if we look at it, it's basically saying that you can get an MP3 for 25 cents. What a deal. What a deal. So it's 25 cents per song plus a $3 a month fee. So let's think about this. Let's just take any typical month. So let's say that I subscribe to this service and let's say it's October. So during the month of October, let's kind of just figure out how much is this going to cost me if I buy different amounts of songs. So for instance, here I'm just going to move October up here. Let's say that, I buy 0 songs. And then let's say I buy 1 song, and I buy 2 songs, and I buy 3 songs. And then I buy 4 songs, 5 songs, and 6 songs. Okay, so if I buy no songs, well, there's still that monthly fee, that pesky monthly fee right there of $3. So this is going to cost me $3. Now, if I buy 1 song, it says that every song is 25 cents. So I'm going to be paying $3.25. If I buy 2 songs, it's an additional 25 cents, but I still have to pay the $3. But, I've already bought 1 song. If I buy 2 songs, I guess that's going to be 2 times 25, so it'll be $3.50. And 3 songs would be $3.75. I'm increasing by 25 cents every time. And now I'm going to be paying $4 for 4 songs, and $4.25 for 5 songs, and $4.50 for 6 songs. So you can kind of see that every time this is increasing by 0.25. The difference between each one of these is 0.25. So that's just increasing every time. Okay, now that's a rate of change. It's basically increasing by the same amount every time. That's a linear function. That means that this is going to increase in a nice straight line every time. So we can actually take this and we can write this as a linear equation. So let's just say the cost. So the cost of my total cost for a month. So whatever that is. So it's going to be my price for the month. So I'm going to call it P. Well, that's going to be equal to 25 cents. So 25 cents times the number of songs that I buy. So I don't know, maybe 1 month I buy 2 songs and the next month I buy 10 songs. So we don't know what that is, so we can assign that a variable. We don't really know that, so we're going to assign it a variable. But that's not the whole cost, because no matter what, I've got to have that $3 at the beginning of my because it's got that subscription fee of a $3 per month fee. So right here, I've got a function, and you'll notice that this looks particularly like this linear function right here. Okay, now the only difference between what I showed you earlier on the last slide and what you see here is instead of P, I've just used a Y. So that means that we could plot this on a coordinate grid. Now, in this form, we've got this in the form that is Y equals mx plus b. Now we know some information about that. We know that this m is the slope of the line. The slope of the line. The slope of the line is the same thing as the rate of change. So that is the rate of change for this particular function. And then over here, we know that this is the initial cost, and that's going to be my y-intercept. So if I was graphing this, I would not, so let's say I have my graph right here, and this was, 1, 2, 3, 4, and here's my 1, 2, 3, 4. So this would be, say, my number of dollars, and this would be my number of songs. I could graph this, but I wouldn't start at 0. I'm not going to start here where I'm going to put this nice big green point right here. I wouldn't start there, right? Because no matter what I do, it's still going to cost me $3. If I buy no songs, it's going to cost me $3. So now if I buy one song, it's going to cost me $3.25, which, let me do this in a different color. So I'm not going to start off where I put this green point down here, but I am going to start off where I put this blue point. So if I buy one song, it's going to cost me $3.25, which would maybe be about there. Two songs would be $3.50, which would maybe be about there. And three songs would be $3.75. And four songs would be $4, right? So my line is actually going to be something like that. This initial condition, or this y-intercept of $3, means that I'm going to start at the $3 mark, not down here at the 0. So not at the green mark, but at the blue mark. Okay, and actually I've got a nice little example of that right here. Here's an actual, cost here. So this would be the cost cost conversion in dollars of my y equals 0.25x plus 3. Okay, and that's that line. Now, let's just say I find another company that's selling MP3s for not 25 cents, but look at this, they're selling them for 0.4 cents. Okay, so what does that equate to? Well, let's try to figure this out. Oh, and also they have a monthly fee too, but their monthly fee is a little bit less. It's $2. So what's the equation of this line? So we're going to set this equal to y. And what we're going to do is we are going to first of all think about what is the rate of change. How much will my cost increase for every song that I buy? That's the rate of change. And we're asking for how much does it change for every song that I buy? So we can see from this advertisement that it's going to increase by $0.4. Okay. And I know that I have that initial condition that no matter how many songs I buy, I still have to pay $2 a month. So there's my equation of this line. And I can use that to plot a new graph right here. So this is still that first graph that was showing. So I'll do this one in red. This was this line right here. Actually, maybe I'll just do it in black because it's already in black. So the black line up here is y equals 0.25x plus 3. Now, that second company, I'll do in green, their equation was y equals 0.4x plus 2. So that tells me that their initial condition, it would be cheaper to use them if I bought no songs, because I would spend $2. Now, the next one though, so I buy one song, it's going to be $2.40. So I want to say it's roughly about there. And then I would buy another song, so that would be $2.80. So it'll be just about there. And then another song, so let's see, 0.4 times 3 would be $1.20. So now I'm at 320. So I'm about maybe there. Okay, and 4 songs, so 4 would be $1.60 plus 2 would be $3.60. So it looks like it's about there. And 5 songs would be, let's see, 0.4 times 5 would be like $2. So 2 plus 2 would be 4. So at 5 songs, I'm roughly there. At 6 songs, 0.4, so 6 times 0.4 would be, let's see, 2.4, so it'd be 4.4, so I'd be 4.4, so kind of there, about halfway on that. In fact, maybe just a tad lower, so maybe it's right, 6 songs, right about there. Actually, it's right about on that line. Okay, and then let's see, if I was to do 7 songs, so it would be 2.8 plus 2 would be up here somewhere. And 8 songs, 8 times 0.4, so 8 times 4 is 32, so it'd be 3.2. So now we're talking 5.2. And 9 songs would be 9 times 0.4. So 9 times 0.4 is, let's see, 9 times 4 is 36. So it'd be maybe about there. And then 10 songs, we're talking $6. Okay, so you can see this is the line I now have. And let me just connect it with a nice line right here. Okay, and I'll try to make this line green. Here we go. So here we go. My line is green. And oops, I'm starting here. Oh, I messed up. Let me try that again. Line, and I want it to be green. Okay, here we go. So I have a line that's connecting all of these dots more or less up to there. And I'm not quite perfect on my dots, but that would be the equation of the green line here. So one of the things that we often ask is which one's a better deal? Which one of these two companies, so is it the company with 25 cent per song but $3 initial fee? Is that one a better deal? In this case, I'm calling that the black line. Or is the line that's green, messing up on my color coding here, is the line that's green here, is it the better deal? So which of these two is the better deal? Well, I guess that the answer to that is it depends. It depends. So you would have to look at your lines and decide. If I'm buying, it looks like if I'm buying just one song, then the green line would be a better deal. But if I'm buying 10 songs, then the black line would be a better deal. So this is how you kind of solve these problems. You're going to try to find the rate of change, which in this case was 0.4. You're going to try to find the initial conditions, which is what I'm circling in red right now. You need to put them into an equation like this, okay, and solve problems with them. You can either solve them graphically or you could actually put in values into the equation, do a substitution, and solve for that. Thank you for watching.